Okay, so how do we use this desktop CRM app? It's available in the Figma community, so you can just search, I'm in Figma here, desktop app, just search for Buzzy, and we've got a bunch of these files available. There's the CRM one, you just click on this. This is the Figma community file, just click duplicate, and Figma will copy that into your drafts folder. So you now got a copy of that file. There it is. I'll just shrink this a bit. Okay, so there's multiple pages. This is just the cover, some helpful links. The app itself is here on the CRM app design page. You can hide the pages. This has got our entire app definition. It's got our screens, it's got everything, including some instructions. But for now, all you really need to know is you need to run the Buzzy plugin on this page. So make sure you're on this page, not the cover page. Grab the plugin. Again, this is available in the Figma community. I've already installed it. The first time you run the plugin, you'll be guided through a sign-in connection process. That's fairly simple. Here we go. So I've got the plugin. There's a design tab and a publish tab. This file's already been marked up, so if we look through the file, you'll notice there's a screen definition, fields are defined, everything's already defined and marked up, and that comes down when you copy the file from the Figma community. So all you need to do, jump to the Publish tab, give your app a new name, we'll call it CRM Demo, and click Convert to New Buzzy App. The first time you convert or publish a Figma file using the plugin, you need to provide the file key, which is this link in the Figma share dialog. Again, we can't get around this. This is just how we get Figma's permission to pull stuff out of this file. And that's publishing now. So I can close this. Wait for this to publish. It's got to grab all the components and vectors and so on. And this is now building an app in the Buzzy backend for us. So as soon as this is done, we'll get a preview link and a link to the Buzzy backend. There it is, that's done. So there's our preview link and there's a link to the backend. So if we click the preview, it opens in a browser. And this is now generated, this is a web app. It's been generated straight from that Figma file by Buzzy. And what's gone on at the back end, you'll notice there's no actual content yet, everything's empty. If we jump back to Figma and click the Buzzy backend, this now takes us into, this is the Buzzy backend interface. You don't really need to worry about this in this context, but this is what's happened. It's basically built this app for us, and here's all our data containers. Deals, activities, customers, and tasks. They're all empty at the moment. We can control and configure this app from the Buzzy backend, but we won't. We'll just jump into the actual front end. There it is. From here, we can go and add customers and so on. So we could go add a new customer. These forms are all generated from our Figma file. We can call him Joe Smith. We could add email, phone number, and so on. Save. That customer's now been created. And there he is. It's obviously missing some of the data that I haven't added. Now the one critical thing when you publish in the CRM app is that it's set up, especially on the dashboard, these filtering options need some of the select boxes or select controls to be defined. So when we create a deal, for instance, if I go to add a new deal, select customer, so now this deal will be associated with Joe. Any select fields in the app need to be defined after the app's been created for the first time. It's a sort of chicken and egg scenario. So notice there's no options defined here yet. We can do this straight in Figma. Now the instructions are there in the Figma file. That's this bit here. So to get that filtering stuff to work on the home page, on the dashboard, you need to define these select options. The critical one is the progress on an actual deal. So to do this, go to your deal screen. Again, if you zoom in, you'll be able to see it. Any any version of that field, that progress field, and it exists in several spots. It exists in the edit screen, it exists in the create screen, and so on. You'll see them in the file. There it is there. There's my field, so I've drilled down to it. If I look at the design tab, that's my progress field. It's defined as a selection type. All this stuff's already defined except for the options for it. So click on advanced settings here and scroll down, you'll see options. At the moment it's empty, but we need 3 options, and again the instructions have the specifics on this. First one is pending. Click add. Second one is in progress, and sorry, the spelling and capitalization is important here. And the last one is closed. Click add. That's it. We can go back. This is live, so those advanced settings are live. So if I switch back to my app, and we can go create a new deal, associate it with Joe as a customer. There we go. I didn't need to refresh. That's a live change that's happened on the fly. But now we can create a new deal, call it in progress, call it first deal. I won't worry about the rest of the data. I'll give it an appointment date. There, I'll make it sometime in the future, 9 AM, and that's it. We'll save the deal. If we jump back to our dashboard, it's automatically started to populate some of our menus. It's populated the recent deals because it's the most recent deal we've created. It was marked as in progress, which is why setting up that select field was critical. So that's now showing up in here, and because we gave an appointment date, it's coming through in our next appointment panel as well. But that's it. Basically, this app, CRM app, is ready to go, and we can go and add tasks. We can go edit a deal and add some activities. We could go visit property, save that. It's recorded the activity against the deal. We could add images and so on. If we jump back to the dashboard, there's our activity. I didn't give it a date, but there you go. So that's a working app. You can now populate that at will, and that's all you have to do to get it working.